This is Joe, the host of He Said, She Said. I hope everybody's having an awesome afternoon. We're halfway through the day. Can you believe it? If you're listening to this later, I hope that your evening is going well. If you listen to it tomorrow, I hope your morning will be going well. Well, one thing I wanted to impart on you is the fact that it's time for us to cut the strings. It's time for us to stop being tied up. Wait, what happens? Let's back up a little bit. What happens if you're tied up now? You know how some people will say, I didn't do so and so, or I didn't do this or that because I was tied up. I was distracted from what you wanted me to do. So my excuse is I was tied up. Being tied up is a distraction from what you were supposed to be doing. And in the same way that you couldn't fulfill a commitment to a friend, you're failing with your commitment to God right now for the very same reason. You're tied up. There's something that's tying you, or something that has you tied to it, whether that be addictions, whether that be in certain situations that you should have left. You've left it physically, but emotionally, you're still there. There's certain habits that we're doing that we don't want people to know about. You don't want to know that I watch pornography at certain hours of the night. You don't want to know that I have an addiction to a drug of some sort. You don't want us to know that there's certain things about me that if I reveal them to you, you judge me. And that's one of the biggest words that is going around nowadays. We don't want to be judged. Well, let's say it another way. We don't want people to tell us something that we know we need to hear, so we'll call it judgment. Either way, whatever it is, and I'm just using these as examples, we're tied up. I'm tied up with my old way of thinking that there's no better than what is going on right now. This is the best that it gets. There is no better. But what I'm challenging you to do is to step out of that and realize that while you're tied up, while you're being distracted, Jesus is standing there with those scissors to cut you loose. Do you believe that he can cut you loose? Do you believe that you're even tied up? Let's start there first. You have to believe that you're tied up in order for you to be freed. And then secondly, you have to know that we serve a God that can free you from what you're going through. But if you're going to try your own way, you're just, as you're turning and twisting and you're going around and around, what's happening? That tie is getting tighter. The tie is getting tighter. And eventually, it can cut off some circulation. It can hinder you from even being able to get out. You're tying yourself tighter and you're getting more and more uncomfortable. You're getting more and more frustrated. The strings are all around you. There's only one way out. The first step is recognition. Second step is knowing that this is something that you can't get out of just by yourself. And when I say Jesus has the scissors, he's sending people around you right now that can cut you loose from this situation. Will you trust him? Or will you continue to be tied up and use that as an excuse for not doing what you know that you should be doing? Will you accept my challenge to get untied? Because we're all tied up in one way or another, right? It's just us admitting that we are tied up instead of using other things as excuses for us not doing what we're supposed to be doing. I say that it ends today. What say you?